moment.
A clowning performance in Liverpool.
She's actually going to come through arrivals in a minute. Biggest shock of her life, won't it?
I bet it will be as well.
The bank to get interest.
And staff get a crash course in customer care.
BA have been more than helpful. And it's the last time I'll fly Easyjet.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
John Lennon Airport, Liverpool. Each day, 5,000 people pass through. But for one, flying is the last thing on his mind. Simon Whiteford has turned up to meet his girlfriend Helen, who's flying in from Geneva.
Hi.
Hi there. Could you tell me what time the actual flight is due in from Switzerland, please?
Geneva.
In Geneva, yeah, please, yeah. From Geneva.
Yeah, the flight's due in at 16:51.
Right, OK. Whereabouts is arrivals, please?
Arrivals just down the bottom.
Just
right
there?
down, walk right down, yeah.
So just keep walking, I'll see you, fella.
Yeah,
OK.
yeah.
Is there anywhere around here I can get changed?
Changed?
Yeah.
There's only the toilets just down by the phones. It's over there.
Oh, yeah, I can see them, yeah. And I know it sounds a silly question, but has anybody got a mirror I can borrow by any chance, please?
A mirror?
A mirror, yeah, please.
Changed.
I'll bring it back, I
mirror.
promise.
What are you getting changed into?
You'll see soon. Thank you very much.
OK, bye.
Thank you.
For Simon, it's one of the most important days of his life, and one girlfriend Helen is unlikely ever to forget.
She's always collected clowns since she was about 10 years of age, and she's got some really expensive ones and some really nice ones. And she's just always said, you know, if she ever gets married, then she really wants somebody to be really surprised. So I thought, what a surprise this is. So I'm actually going to propose to my girlfriend as she comes through at arrivals, and she's not expecting it at all.
Despite living 800 miles apart, Simon and Helen have seen each other every weekend for the past 7 months.
Actually, I met her in Geneva. My actual brother works in Geneva. He actually works with her. So that's how I met her. And we've seen each other every single weekend. I think she'll either laugh or cry. I don't know. I think she'll be very shocked. But wouldn't anybody? I mean, who'd expect when you get off a plane and somebody stands there dressed in an outfit with loads of people around you asking you to marry them? It's a little bit unique, isn't it?
No, it can't be too late. I need... Okay, listen, I'm ill. I have an appointment tomorrow to the hospital. I can't miss it. No, it's at 7:35. It's 7 o'clock. Don't tell me it's too late.
French student Sonia Warre is heading for Paris. Earlier this morning, she went to Heathrow by mistake. She's just spent £50 on a taxi fare to get to Luton, but could still miss her flight.
Is Nice any good to you?
Nice, I'm living in Paris.
OK, when you've calmed down, I'm happy to talk to you.
7:35, please, it's not too late.
It is too late.
I can't, c'est pas possible. I came to Heathrow from here by taxi, don't tell me it's too
I can
late.
get you to Nice or Paris in the morning.
I can't, I have to go now, you don't understand. I mean, I have to go to the hospital at 9 o'clock.
There's nothing else that we can do for you.
Did
Go
your
ahead.
plane fly already or not? Tell me yes
They've
or no.
boarded. The aircraft's on
No,
schedule.
7:35.
If you join the queue and then we'll transfer
No,
you.
you are wasting my time. It doesn't fly yet, so I just... C'est pas possible.
You're not going to get that plane now. I'm sorry. One moment.
The waterworks aren't having any effect on Easyjet supervisor Leo Jones. With his transformation complete, Simon's off to spring the biggest surprise of his girlfriend's life.
Hello. There's your vanity mirror. I didn't need it, thanks.
What are you doing?
I'm proposing to my girlfriend, actually. She's actually going to come through arrivals in a minute. Biggest shock of her life, won't it?
I bet it will be as well.
The question is, will Helen even recognise him?
Bit nervous. I hope she says yes. I doubt she'll say no. I think her face will be a good picture, actually. She'll be really funny.
As the last of the Geneva passengers file past, there's still no sign of Helen, and the strain's beginning to show.
No, it's not too late. The plane is flying at 7:35, not 7 o'clock.
All right, mate, cheers. I'm busy at the moment. OK, so...
Listen,
Sorry, mate.
The tears are still flowing, but Sonia's going nowhere.
You need to be here at least 40 minutes before...
I know, it's not my fault. I explain you why. I went to the bus, and it didn't...
No, it was 6
I want to speak with someone else. I don't want to speak with him anymore. It's not...
Yeah, man, I found my phone.
I'll get someone to speak to. Yeah, I've got his mobile.
Leo's called one of his bosses to try and calm Sonia down.
He'll be down in about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, of course, 15, 20 minutes, but... And you are not ashamed to tell me this now? And there is a plane that you want to Paris for tonight.
Nice. Is Nice any good to you?
Nice, do you know where is Nice from Paris?
OK.
The tears haven't worked and neither have the tantrums. Sonia's conceded defeat and transfers onto tomorrow's flight.
He didn't want even to listen to me. He didn't listen to me. He said that, okay, what he has to say. I think sometimes we have to do some exception. I told him that I have an appointment tomorrow to the hospital. He didn't give a...
Couldn't help her at all. Did my best, gave her the option. She weren't having any of it. And I hope now she's in bed thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that. She's probably not. Probably got my picture up on a dartboard in her room or something. Crazy.
So for now, Leo braces himself for another showdown when Sonia returns tomorrow. Back at arrivals, and Simon's audience is growing, but Helen's still nowhere to be seen.
Getting a bit nervous now.
At last, she's arrived, and so has Simon's big moment.
I am going to kill you.
Hello, darling. We've got a question for you.
I'm going to murder you.
Will you marry me?
Yes. I'm going to kill you. You're going to get killed when you get home.
With the clowning over, it's now all beginning to sink in for Simon and Helen.
I had no idea he was going to ask me at all. I knew I was getting a surprise, but I thought it was getting taken out for dinner somewhere nice. The last thing I was expecting was to be faced with that when I got off the plane.
When she walked through the arrivals door and actually dropped on one knee after blowing the horn twice, I was thinking, oh, I hope she says yes. There's 200 people watching here, and I hope she says yes. But deep down, I knew she was going to say yes. I just really knew it. I had a good feeling. So yeah, it was just amazing. It was an amazing day.
He never ceases to amaze me. He's always surprising me, but I think that just tops everything.
Early morning at Luton. After yesterday's outburst, Sonia's back, and battle-hardened Leo's worried there's more to come.
The lady that we had here yesterday evening, she wasn't at all happy because she turned up late for a flight. She missed it. Sometimes when you tell passengers, sorry, you are too late, we'll get you on the next one, they're like, OK, that's fine, that's my fault. She was nothing like it. Went absolutely mental.
Unfortunately for Leo, it looks like he's just been spotted.
Hello. Yeah, to Paris. Sorry? No, you wait here. You still need to queue. Yeah. Hiya.
Hello, I just want to apologise for yesterday because I said...
Oh, you missed it, didn't you, yesterday?
Oh, you didn't?
That's all right. That's
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
No problem. So you all right for today, yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, It's not often you get that. I got an apology. I feel like I want to say sorry now. Oh, it's really, really nice. I think I might get her pre-boarded. Sarah, can you put this lady down as a pre-board?
Make your way to departures for us. Keep an eye on the screen and your gate numbers on there.
Okay, thank you very much. Last night I've been thinking about all what I said, and I said some few things really bad, so I just wanted to apologize.
I'm glad it's all happy ending now, and I can go on with a smile on my face.
At Easyjet's new base in Bristol, passengers have started arriving for the Nice flight, only to discover it was cancelled yesterday.
I looked on the email specifically last night and there was nothing in.
Robert Holdsworth has just driven 80 miles from his house in Worcester. According to him, he was never told of the cancellation.
It's not EasyJet's, it's about EasyJet's control. It's air traffic in France that's put the strike on. But I mean,
This is the second time EasyJet have not informed passengers.
Yeah, you can. It's Saturday.
A strike by French air traffic control staff means all flights to France from Bristol have been grounded, leaving Mr. Holdsworth stranded and frustrated.
Well, they put it on their website last night when they found out about it. And
At
it's
6
all
o'clock
on
last
the
night it
news.
was on the news.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's out of everybody's control, but we're doing what we can and what we can offer. Because everybody's in the same situation. The earliest we've got looking at so far is going to be Saturday.
Yesterday I clicked on our Sky News and it said that the French air traffic controllers or something were... So I went upstairs and I clicked onto the email to see if this lot had nothing. Lo and behold, the flight's cancelled. EasyJet are not the world's best for informing people. They said there's nothing going out till Saturday. We were booked to come back on Tuesday. Good old EasyJet, good old French.
So we've obviously had a few passengers that have turned out not aware of the strikes, even though it's been advertised all over the news. We've got it on our website, it's all over the internet, it's on teletext. So all passengers are aware of it, but we've obviously had a few stroppy passengers that aren't very happy.
But with a weekend break still at stake, he's not giving up.
I cannot get you on board that aircraft. That aircraft is fully boarded. Everybody's
But,
on.
yeah, but
everybody
we just
who's
run-
checked in on time is on board that aircraft.
It's half an hour now before it... And it doesn't take half an hour for us to get on the flight.
Rosanna Aldia and her husband Luigi have missed check-in. It could cost her a final farewell to her father in Italy.
My daddy just died. I need to go to the airport, to Italy, for the funeral tomorrow morning. And they just said the next 10 minutes already closed.
Okay, I can't get you on board that aircraft.
Can you ask somebody?
I can't ask. The aircraft is fully boarded. The doors are closed.
But we're wasting time here. We've been waiting 5 minutes already. We could have been on there. But it's just two of us. Look, I'm not going on holiday. My dad just died, and I want to be there.
Adrian.
A relieved Lisa has been called away, leaving colleague Adrian to sort things out.
The flight Lisa's left you with, that's a 7 o'clock flight in the morning. That's the next flight going out to Nice.
7 o'clock in the morning.
That's the
I can't
next
go in
flight
the
going
morning.
out. It's the only option you've got, I'm afraid, if you want to get to Nice.
I've got a 7 o'clock for us in the morning. If I get there too late, it cannot be done. The only thing is I wanted to see my dad before the burial.
Yeah, I understand that. Unfortunately, something else.
Where's the £200? Nothing. We're not going on holiday. We're just going for an emergency. 14 minutes. I mean, the plane has not gone yet. It doesn't. Yeah, but it doesn't take long to do a check-in for us. I mean, we don't have anything. I mean, we just go over.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's too late.
I don't believe that the air is closed at this time, eh? Can we have the money back then? I mean, for me, it's no point to go to Italy. Well, after the funeral, the only thing is that I wanted to go. It was just to see my dad.
Feel free to write into our customer services and make an individual claim if
No,
there's
you mean
necessary.
not only I'm going to be so upset not to see my dad and also losing £200. Is that it?
If you decide not to travel, then yes.
Well, it's you that made me stopping me to go on the flight because I'm here.
I never fly no more for this company. I put it in the piper. I put it right in the piper. I put it right in the piper. This company. I can't put it in the piper tomorrow. He's a jet to I true. I don't care.
With her father's funeral just 12 hours away, Rosanna isn't about to throw in the towel.
Is anybody higher than you that we could talk to?
There's nobody available at the moment to talk to. So I know the supervisor's dealing with another incident elsewhere.
The flight's now boarded, and Rosanna's only hope is if dispatch makes an exception.
Now you said I've got to pay.
Yeah, that's to transfer you to a different flight on a different day to Nice, not to a different destination.
Robert Holdsworth has come up with a plan to rescue his Nice trip. He wants to fly to Geneva and then drive the rest of the way. But there's a price to pay.
And how much extra are you going to squeeze out of us for?
An extra £115 each.
£115 each? Each? That'd be ridiculous.
No.
Offering us an alternative. No, you know.
It should be a free one.
If they said they'll offer you alternative flights, they don't. I've just been told I've got to pay extra.
But he's had enough and demands his money back.
You need to do it over the internet.
Or on the call centre.
Or via the call centre. We can actually...
It's an easy cop-out. You just sit behind the desk, and I know it's not entirely your fault, but it's an easy cop-out. Do it over the internet. Try again tomorrow. You know, you've got to pay extra.
We're not authorised...
Easyjet get the money from the passengers up front. They put it in the bank, they get interest. And then they're not prepared to bend over to help people. BA have been more than helpful. And it's the last time I'll fly Easyjet.
Unfortunately, I mean, it's the
I
only
know
way...
it's not your fault, but it's Easyjet. It's about time the board of Easyjet got their backsides down and said, why aren't we keeping the customers happy? Because they're not. They've got to do it through the internet. Off to Gatwick. Huh?
You're right.
BA. Easyjet had to cancel the flights to Nice. I know it's not their fault. And now they say they will offer us a refund or an alternative flight. So I've said, what's alternative flight? They've offered me an alternative flight to Geneva, but I've got to pay extra money. It's, you know, it's not offering me an alternative. It's double charging us.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Back at the Luton sales desk, the Aldeas are about to discover whether they've made it onto the flight.
That's cool. Did you try to talk to somebody? Unfortunately, they can't accept you. It's too late.
I spent half an hour talking to you. Right. I spent half an hour spent.
Unfortunately, you wasn't here on time.
Well, my dad didn't give me the time when he was dying, was it?
Unfortunately.
So I tried to do the tickets and I came straight here.
So why was you
There's
late?
motorways.
Because it's on the motorway.
Okay,
I don't live.
well,
I'm in the West Midlands.
It's not Easyjet's fault that the motorway was like a traffic jam on there and it was busy.
Instead of doing all this chatting and everything, if we could have gone straight over.
Yeah, the hotel will give you the invite.
It doesn't take us half an hour to get on the plane.
If we lose our slot, we could wait 2 or 3 hours for another slot to take off, which means we'd delay everybody else who got here on time. They wouldn't get home.
I cannot
till-
believe that. When you travel late about two hours.
Yeah, if we lose our slot, because there's lots of traffic up in the air. It's like the M1.
No traffic in the air.
Of course there is. There's lots of
No,
planes
so
up there.
waiting for the people.
It's not to do with the people. There's lots of traffic up in the sky, sir. It's like a flight. It's like a
What I'm
motorway up
asking you,
there.
can you do
There's
something
like
to
a
get us?
motorway in there. I went waiting for 3 people like a couple of weeks ago.
But it's not our fault, sir. It's your fault for
Come on,
arriving
come on,
late.
I know you're waiting.
I do feel sorry that it's your father's funeral.
I'm spending another £200.
Well, sir, you've got to realise that it's not Easyjet's fault. You're not prepared to listen. You're not prepared
I
to...
tell you, it's the last chance for this.
That's down to
for this
yourself,
to come.
sir.
I put on the paper tomorrow.
That's your choice,
Easyjet
sir. That's your choice, then. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye, sir.
If we were going on holiday, one thing I would say, well, okay, it's our fault, fine. But when somebody dies,
Motorways, traffic.
but when somebody dies, it doesn't tell you, look, I'm intending to die now, so get the provision to come here.
All I could do was offer them a flight for tomorrow morning. But they're not very happy with that. They're not very happy that we can't get them onto the flight tonight because of the circumstances surrounding why they've got to go to Nice. But I've explained to them it's not our fault that they got held up on the motorway.
With their flight transferred to tomorrow, the Aldeas face an uncomfortable night at the airport and can only hope they make it in time for the funeral.
On the website last night when they found out about it.
Mr. Holdsworth eventually made it to Nice via Eurostar. Simon's surprise proposal paid off, and the couple planned to marry within a year. And Rosanna did make it to her father's funeral after a family decision to delay the service by 2 hours. Next time on Airline, the King lands in Liverpool.
That's it, man. Hey, he's good. I got a young pretender here.
A mini-me.
What do you want me to do now? X-rated language in Luton. Don't walk away from me while I'm talking to you. And a new love for Leo.
He actually fancies her. He's got a secret confession. I think he's sort of in love with her.
At 10 tonight over on Nat Geo, Tony Robinson's going for gold as he hunts down hidden treasures in the birth of Britain. Keep it 3 for the time being, however, because we've got more Airline on the way for you next.